Hello, 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 amazing people, and thank y'all for joining me tonight. How is your day? How y'all feeling? And are y'all ready to get into this conversation? That's all I want to know. Are y'all ready? I posted this topic on my page, right? Because I continue to see a headline about this. So hold on 1 second. Come on in. Get come on in, get comfortable. And we're gonna get into this conversation. So for people that don't know, which I'm sure that a lot of people know, that hey, hey, come on in. All right, I'm gonna wait for some people to come in, and then I'm gonna jump into the informatives for today. But I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I'm excited for people to be able to come on and share their opinion and share their view, and for this to just be a great conversation. Not just a great conversation, but some learning as well from other people, because I've learned a lot during this thing too, which I'm gonna share what I learned. Hey, Tevin. And I want to talk about, you know, the facts, the facts in this situation. So for a lot of people saying that Brittany Griner, I hope I'm saying it right, Brittany Griner, has been detained in Russia. She's a WNBA athlete that was going to play in Russia. So, what happened and why she got detained is because she was caught with cannabis oil. She wasn't caught with like actual weed or anything like that. So I'm looking at it right here. It said that she allegedly possessed cannabis oil in an offense that can hold up to 10 years in Russia federal prison. There's been a lot of talk about this. What we do know is that she has pleaded guilty in Russia. We do know that. Um, a lot of people are coming down, like on the United States, on President Biden, and comparing Brittany to so many, other people. One thing, I do want to say is that when we go to other countries, we have to educate ourselves about in other countries. And not only that, like when we're going on vacation, we have to know their laws. You know what I mean? We have to learn, certain things about that country. We can't visit other countries and think that it's going to be like the United States. We can't do that. I seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, it was just cannabis oil," and I feel like it's a small offense. It's not a big deal. I feel that way too. I feel that in the United States, people that have been locked up for marijuana, I feel like that too. But at the end of the day, we can't sit up here and tell Russia how to move. We have no control over Russia. We can't tell Russia what to do. You see what I'm saying? It's small to us, but it's not small to them. That is their country, their laws. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing that we can do if we want to visit these countries and do business in these countries and do things. We have to become familiar with their laws. We can't just feel like, oh, that's minor. We're going to do it anyway, because then you face things like this. You face up to 10 years in their federal prison. Um, I hope she gets home safe and sound, to her loved ones. I do hope that for her. Um, I hope this is a lesson learned for a lot of people, that we have to be careful. Not only that, I've seen a lot of people are traveling to Dubai now. So it's like I've heard some people getting in trouble in Dubai. And you have to know that things that you do over here in the US are against the law over there. Or, you know what I mean? You could go to prison for something that you like, what, really? Yeah. These things really, really happen. We have to educate ourselves if you plan on visiting other places. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really got like sick of people bringing LeBron James into this. Somebody just brought Tom Brady into this. What people are doing now, because to be honest with you, it's a situation to where it's like, okay, I have to take accountability. You know what I mean? Like Brittany has to take accountability for what happened. It doesn't matter how minute it may seem for the US and minute how it may seem, because you're a US citizen. You broke the law in another country. Now what people are doing, right? Instead of coming to the table and say, okay, what can we do to get Brittany home? You know, what can we do to, solve this? They're coming to the media and they're saying, if this was LeBron James, he would have been home. If this was Tom Brady, he would have been home. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do we include people into the mix that ain't got nothing to do with it? And me personally, I said on my post, LeBron James is at home with his family, minding his business, probably drinking some water or eating a snack. Tom Brady's probably doing the same thing. I don't understand that type of thing. It's so many things that we about to unpack. It's so exactly accountability. There's so many things that we about to unpack on tonight's show. Listen, when I put this post up, right? This post got let me see. Let me go back. Make sure y'all share the live. Share the live, because I'm telling you, we about to unpack this on so many different levels. I already got 50 missed calls. We about to get this thing popping. So I said in my post, right? Why do people keep mentioning LeBron? He didn't do what she did, just take accountability. And I stand on that. If I was in that situation, right, I'm not going to be sitting up here trying to compare myself to another motivational speaker. Another motivational speaker didn't do that. I did it. So I need to take responsibility as Charlotte Kemia and say I did that. How do we fix it? How do we resolve it? I'm not pulling nobody else in my mess, because nobody else did what I did. So then I said, I hope everything works out for her, but the solution isn't comparing her to LeBron. He's with his family, minding his business. This had almost 10,000 comments, okay? We unpacked so much on this post. I said, I have to do a show about it. I have to give people a chance to go ahead and call in and say how they feel. People were saying, yeah, it was a lot of women. Yeah, if it was LeBron, but hold up. The first point that people brought up was, why did Brittany have to go play in Russia anyway? I'm live. You okay? What's wrong? Did you want to chime in? Oh, that's my son. He loves LeBron. Okay. Yeah, he loves him. But listen, so somebody said, why did Brittany have to go over to Russia and play in the first place? WNBA players make less than NBA players. And that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. That's one thing, right? Another thing, people people took that and we unpacked that. So I seen that and I'm like, hold up. So we blaming who? We blaming who that the WNBA makes less than the NBA. Who are we blaming? People were trying to place blame. And then that's when I chimed in again, and I said that it's not the fact that the WNBA is less valuable. I don't think that it's less valuable. Because for something to be of value, people have to support it. Let's be real. Let's be real. If something to be of value, people have to support it. Am I right? So I don't want to say, oh, the NBA is better than the WNBA. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say this because there was a lot of women that said that Brittany shouldn't have had to go over there and play. She should be making what LeBron made. I'm not disputing people saying, oh, she should be making what LeBron made, right? A lot of people are going to dispute that in the comments, though. I'm not going to dispute that, right? What I sat up on my post and I said to women, right? And I'm just being real. These women that are sitting up here saying that women athletes should make what men athletes make, I promise you they have never been to a WNBA game. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I said what I said. How you gonna come to the table? So they should make what NBA make, but you ain't went to a game, baby. I never seen you with what's her name, Lisa Leslie. I never seen you wear a jersey on. I never seen y'all with Brittany's jersey on. Baby, I don't even know nobody else that plays for the WNBA. So I'm gonna just say them two. I never seen no woman rocking no jerseys. You see women rocking NBA jerseys. But come on a post talking about women athletes should make just as much as men. The NBA makes that because the NBA is being supported. Men go to the games. Women go to the games too. Let's be real. Men buy the jerseys. You know what I mean? Whatever other stuff that they sell, men probably buy that too. They're supporting the NBA. They go to the games. They watch the games on TV. Women, when's the last time y'all watched the WNBA game? When have I watched a WNBA game? So come on here and tell people that women athletes should get paid just as much as men athletes. Why aren't y'all supporting the WNBA? Why aren't y'all getting together and going to the games? I'm just saying. I'm gonna open up the phone line. I'm gonna open up the phone line on that one. There you go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Cause come on, it don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. I'm not sitting up here saying that they should be paid like NBA paid, because I don't go to the games. I can't sit there and do that unless I'm supporting it. If women got together and supported it, maybe they would make that. Maybe they would bring in money. But like I read, there was people saying that the NBA, I guess the NBA supports the WNBA or passes through money. I don't know. Can somebody call in and explain that? Because I don't want to say nothing wrong. But how I understood it, that money gets passed through from the NBA to the WNBA. Thank you. Okay. The men have to pay for their losses in order for the WNBA to keep their. Okay. I never knew that. Hold on, I just had like 50 missed calls and the phone ain't ring yet. Hold on. What's going on? Melissa, maybe men athletes should be paid like female athletes. No one should make that kind of money to play a damn thing, period. But Melissa, how can you say that? What? How can you say that though? Don't you get paid to go to work? Them playing basketball, that's their job. That's their career. What are you talking about? Melissa, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just going. I'm just girl. I'm not even about to play with you. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Oh, caller, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
How are you doing, Miss Lexi? I'm Zell from Cali again. How's everything?
Okay, from Cali, I'm great.
Anyway, I'm listening your show. Unfortunately, she was called at the wrong time in the wrong place. You hit on a bunch of topics as far as learning the rules when we go to these different places, because everybody thinks that our culture is messed up. You need to check out some third world countries and what they go through. What I basically wanted to say about her situation, which is unfortunate, LeBron James and Tom Brady, they run with a different crowd. When you get to a certain status, you have access to reach certain people to help you get through certain things. It just comes to money gets you through certain things. In her situation, the WNBA hasn't elevated like the NBA. It may take a long time. I feel it should be up there, but like you just said, a lot of people are speaking on this conversation, and they haven't even went to a game or even wore a jersey. Right. You know, I just think that people just find any reason to jump on the platform and say something about their opinion, but they're not the one out there supporting and stuff Absolutely. Like that. Absolutely. So hopefully she gets out the situation. If it was LeBron, if it was Tom Brady, I personally don't feel they would ever put themselves in this situation. And the higher you go, like I said, the more access to people you got to get out of certain situations. And we go all the way back to OJ. If he had a different dream team, he'd probably be in jail still dreaming. You know, so it's just like that. So that's all I pretty much wanted to say on it. You're doing a good job. Love the show and appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.
You too. Bye. So like what he said, yeah. I feel like that's really true. Um, it's like I don't know. Just like the lady earlier was saying, like she don't think people should get paid, you know, anything to play a game. I think what we don't realize, and I think I've said this about me before, like me doing this and, you know, me being a motivational speaker, like it's like this is our career, like this is our job. It may not, but you know what? I don't expect somebody to pay that works a 9 to 5 to ever understand a career like that. And I'm not being smart. I'm being real. I don't even expect people to understand, because people look at it like, oh, they just playing ball. No, this is their career. This is their job. You see what I'm saying? This is what they got hired, you know, to do, just like you got hired to do your job. That was the craziest thing I ever. But yeah, I seen people earlier talking about they put Tom Brady in it now. You know, so I mean, do y'all really think that if LeBron was in that situation, do y'all think that the world would stop? That's what her coach said. That was her coach's response to the situation. I don't know if her coach has anything. If anybody can call in and listen, educate us, or you know, I don't know if her coach has anything to do with her going overseas, you know, and playing. But it's like, are there better strategies that the WNBA can come up with to make sure that their players don't have to go over there and do those kind of things, and they're getting the salaries that they should be paid? Is it things that they can do, you know, instead of like, he said, where is the LGBT community? Where are they? No, that's true though. Where are they? Where are they? I know there's. Hold on. Where is the feminist movement? I agree with that. Where are they? I don't think the solution is comparing them to LeBron and Tom Brady, or you know what I mean? I don't think that's the solution. That's not the solution. It's not at all. Hello, caller. How are you? Why was it taking? What happened? Okay, I don't know what happened to that caller. If you're trying to call back in. They go overseas to make more money, and every female player is is not going to get paid like Brittany over there. Hello, caller. Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes. I want to touch on the situation where the young lady said that they should be paid more.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that the NBA players didn't come up with these salaries to 40. So
okay.
You just have to earn it, and we need, like you said, we need support from the ladies. They the ladies basketball, go support them. Like they say, that's just it. It's not going to happen that fast. They're not going to keep fighting for these ladies. They have to earn it. They have to earn it.
Just like the NBA players earned it.
Yeah, they earned it, man. Michael Jordan wasn't even getting a big salary. What are we talking about?
Right.
They had to earn it. He missed out. He had to make money on endorsements. But right now, the money is out here. And they said, what the lady said, they should be getting paid for doing that. That's what happens. You get calls like that. But I support the WNBA. And like with the sister going over there, Brittany Griner, and they left over there. She got to write letters to Biden, and like they say, where's the LGBT community? I mean, come on now.
Right.
Go get this woman. They got A$AP Rocky was in Sweden fighting. Trump said, I don't care if you're a nigga, turn him loose. LaMelo Ball, the brother, was over there stealing and trying. He said, man, y'all better turn him loose.
Mm-hmm.
But, we voted for the Biden. You got to do something about it. That's just their rules in Russia.
Right. And that's what I continue to tell people. I was even educated, by somebody in the service, and I'm sure, give me one moment. Thank you, Howard, so much for your contribution. I appreciate you so much. And thank you, Cole, as well. What I wanted to say was like, someone in the service told me, and I'm sure if you in the service, if you've served or you're serving, comment, let me know. And thank you for your service. But they even said that, when you are in the service, the Marines, the Army, the Air Force, that they tell you when you go to these other countries, you have to know their laws. Because if you break it, there's nothing we can do for you. That's what the service is telling people.
Exactly. These people are not taking this stuff. That's their laws. They have discipline. Americans, hey, anything goes. And just don't be a certain paint. Don't have a certain paint job, and ain't gonna go good for you.
Right. And that's, I'm just looking at it like, if the service is telling people this and you're fighting for the country and they're just telling you, in these other countries, there's different laws. They go about different things a different way. If you break a law, there's nothing we can do for you. You're on your own. This is the United States, Army, Marines, Air Force telling people this. So it's like, this is like a big lesson for all of us. It's about accountability too. We got to learn how to take accountability for things. It's women sitting here talking about, oh, it's only weed. Call Russia and tell them it's only weed, baby. They ain't trying to hear that. You can sit over here in the United States all day and say it's only weed.
I mean, they preach it, but they got laws and certain things that's allowed in America is not allowed nowhere in the world.
Right. See, yeah.
Yeah. So I wish the NBA, WNBA ladies, I wish them well, and I think they should be getting close to that. They might as well just get them because the American claim ain't got no money, but they show them give out $264 million for 4 years to athletes. Well, hey, take the money.
Right.
Take it.
Right. But
everybody hate Kyrie Irving. He didn't need work for his money. Are y'all serious?
That's how they do, and that's a shame. They don't look at, these athletes like this is their career. This is their livelihood. This is their job. That's their job. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't get away from that. It's like we don't want to see our people successful. It's like, look at how LeBron became a billionaire. So many people hated on him. How can you hate on a man like that?
Well, they taught us well. We just, I don't know what made us get the assignment from society so well, but they did a great job on us. So we're just out here just doing whatever.
Right. Yeah. It's
So
out of
yeah,
it's out
like
of
I said,
control.
I so appreciate. I'm a big fan of yours, and
Thank you.
you always know my name. I don't play no games, but that's just how it is. So when anybody wants to call in, they need to understand or be educated on how this thing works. We can't just say, "Hey, okay, well, the women's liberation ain't gonna get you no big salary. It might get a white woman big salary, not you."
Right. Right.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
it was
Thank you
nice
so
talking to
much.
you, and I'm gonna continue to watch the show. Everything you got going,
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
no doubt.
Okay. This isn't the first time that I've seen in this situation, but I've seen before on social media where they had a white WNBA player up there, and her and LeBron were side by side, and they were comparing. And I really don't understand how you can compare a league like the NBA to the WNBA and think that they are supposed to be equal. I'm just saying. How do you do that? That's like taking a person, that's like taking an entrepreneur and taking a person that works a 9 to 5 and thinking they're supposed to be equal. You have to understand that at the end of the day, one person may have put in more work than the other person put in. It's about the work you put in. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You can't just come and say, "Oh, I want to play women's basketball," and think, "Oh, I'm supposed to start where I'm about to start at this kind of pay." No, you have to work yourself up to there. I don't know if that's what they thought with the WNBA. You're supposed to just come in and be making that kind of money. No, you earned that. LeBron didn't come in. I don't think he came in making that. I don't think other basketball players came in making that. I don't think Tom Brady came in making that. They didn't come in making it. They worked their way up to making it. So I don't really like understand why it continues to be a comparison when the WNBA is not bringing in what the NBA is bringing in. Of course, they can make bigger moves. They have people. They're bringing in money from sold out games and all type of stuff. I want to know when the last time the WNBA had a sold out game. When did they have a sold out game? Where do they? I don't even know where to get. I don't even know where the games be at. I'm gonna be real. I don't even know where the games be at. Are they even aired on TV? And that's a shame. Yeah, it I don't know. Like I don't know much about it. Is there any ladies watching that know a lot about it? I know people will jump on bandwagons and say they should earn the same money, but if nobody's like going to the games or nobody's supporting it, how are they going to get there? How are they gonna okay, Ralph said overseas. Okay, so they're paying them. So the money was no, people were no. I don't know if money, Antonio, was the reason for her decision. People were saying she wouldn't have never had to go to Russian play if she was getting paid well over here. The phone lines are open if anybody wants to call in and educate us on some of these things. Maybe you have more knowledge. We're open to it. But that's what people were saying. She wouldn't have had to go over there in the first place. So I guess they're going over there to make more money because playing for the WNBA, they're not making money. I never, I don't know, I never heard of no, you know, ball players that are up there having to go overseas and play to make money. I've never heard that. Donnie, the WNBA doesn't bring in enough revenue to pay each player millions of dollars because the NBA is actually using their money to keep the WNBA alive. And that's what I'm thinking. They're not making, enough money. Rob, yes, that's why they go over there to get paid more. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me put the calling number back up here. I'm sorry, y'all. I was putting others up there. Hello, caller.
So how are you?
Hi, good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Love your show. I love you have some interesting things to say, but I did comment on some things today. I wasn't trying to be mean or bash you in any way because you have a platform that's benefiting a lot of people, especially me that would like to be notified of things.
Okay.
You just mentioned something about why she's in Russia. Well, that was off season. They all go play elsewhere when the season's not going on.
Okay.
She just happened to get caught up over there. Perhaps unbeknownst to any of us, we don't know what happened. Just what they said.
Right.
So my thing today was I said, the comparison, there's no comparison. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I said that when a person, whether it be LeBron, when they choose to make a decision that's going to be detrimental to their existence, and that's all of us and any of us, we've made mistakes, but we should know what to expect. If it was a white person over there, yeah, they probably go get them before they would get us because we're used to that. They don't come get us. They don't do anything much for us anyway. So that's why our choices have to be important choices,
Right.
Life making decision choices, and whether she did it or not, I'm not saying them judging of her. I've seen her play. I watched her in college. She's a great ball player. The money would never be there for those ladies, unfortunately, because I think they deserve good pay.
Okay.
But you make a good point. They'll never make that kind of money. But, like I said, I listened to a lot of comments today, and some people want to say, well, she shouldn't have done it. Well, you know what? We do things. We make mistakes because we think sometimes we can get away with things, or things just going to be overlooked. Unfortunately, because we're involved in a crisis right now because we support Ukraine and the Americans support Ukraine. It's making it tougher on her. And I know I think they really want a bartering chip because they have some people here that they want back.
Right. I heard that. I heard there are some people who.
So, I just want to chime in and let you know that, like I said, my thing is the comparison. I think should be more in what can we do to help this young lady, rather than she needs help. What can we do as a people? We can't do much, but we can support. And I'm sure everybody wants to support. There are those who think they're better than others because they haven't made mistakes that get them caught up. She got caught up. Doesn't make her a bad person. It just made her a person that made a bad decision.
Right.
And sometimes bad decisions are very costly.
Right. They are. They are. We all make mistakes.
This happens to be one of them.
Yeah. You're right. We all make mistakes.
I'm not going to keep you because I don't want to take other people want to come in, but I certainly appreciate you taking the time to just hear me out.
Absolutely.
And just keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, I love your platform. You benefit more people than you realize because you start conversations.
Okay, thank you.
And these conversations normally just land dormant.
Right.
Yeah, but now this conversation, I did make a comment. I said, unfortunately, this is an envelope that has been already sealed.
Right. Right.
And her faith is unfortunately, it's in God's hand now.
Yeah.
So, that's where we are, but we can definitely keep her in prayer, keep her family in prayer.
Right.
And if we can do anything else, if it's monetary that we can do for her, then I'd be willing to do whatever I could to help her out.
Right. I understand that.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. God bless.
God bless you too. Lynn, so let me scroll back up because hold on. Let me scroll back up. Hello.
Oh, Mom. Oh, I got on. I don't never get on nobody's channel. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple things. I think it was unwise for her to take a controlled substance to a different country on a plane.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she's supposed to be a professional, okay? And when you're a professional basketball player, football player, it don't matter what you are. You supposed to know the rules of the game. You know what I'm saying? And when she did that, she was basically saying "F you" to Russia. And Russia don't even get down with that LGBT stuff. They outlawed it. You can't even be gay and be in Russia.
So do you think people did say that played a part in it as well, because that's how Russia is?
Yeah, I think they're gonna give her the whole thing. But this is a learning experience for other female basketballs that are gonna go to Russia. Because she ain't getting out. I don't see her getting out. I don't see her getting out because there ain't no way that the United States can go get her. But I think this is a powerful learning experience for all of the WNBA players that have to go overseas. And I wanted to say one more thing, and I'm gonna get off of here because I don't want to talk too much. A lot of NBA players play overseas. It's not just WNBA players. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to make it to the NBA. And I understand where she's coming from. And I'm praying to God that they let her out. I don't want to see her inside of that jail cell like that for some drugs. You know what I mean? That just foul to me.
Right.
But I think that she do need to suffer some kind of consequences so other women that are in the WNBA and other people that go overseas that play basketball can learn not to do that. And that's all I'm saying. I'm out of here. I love your show. I just found it.
Thank you.
Don't know who you are, but I'm loving it. I'm going to subscribe.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. I think I had seen somebody earlier, and I think that I think it was Rob. I want to say, Rob, I think you misread Code's comment. He wasn't saying that, he just said it, no, let's get her home, but she still is in trouble, but everybody don't know everything. Right. So he wasn't saying, see, and this is why sometimes, I'm gonna teach a little bit. Sometimes, when you type something, because I've been in that type of situation before. When you type something, it may come across. He wasn't saying that he wanted her to stay over there. He didn't want her to come home. I think a lot of us feel the same way. Nobody wants her to stay over there and face the consequences of over there, because it's very harsh over there. It's harsh here too with the prison system, if we want to be real, okay? But nobody wants to see her over there. But it is about accountability, people. It is about accountability. Yes, we make mistakes, but it is about accountability. Come on, let's be real. Other people, y'all will want them, if someone committed a crime against you or did something to you, you will want them to be accountable for what they did. Come on, let's not overlook the choice that she made. Yes, we want her over here because we don't want her over. We don't want her over there. We don't want her over there. We don't. But you have to take accountability for what you did. Learn from it. Move forward. You feel what I'm saying? We all make mistakes, absolutely. So I want to clear that up. No, he's not on her saying he doesn't want her to come back over here. That's not what he said. I read the message. That's not what he said. Okay. I'm just saying now. Now I'm gonna take the next caller. I had to mute the calls real quick, but right then, accountability, not a free ride. Exactly. That's what it's about. And like the young man that call said, it's definitely, about being mindful. What you do. You have to. Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm well. I'm listening to you as I'm talking. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah. I'll turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
But I want to speak on that situation with the young lady over in Russia.
Okay.
It's kind of rough to say that I want to see her in jail. I don't want to see her in jail, but when you look at her behavior as her choice in life to be an outspoken lesbian, and like the brother said earlier, hey, that's illegal over there.
Right.
So now So now you're already practicing a lifestyle. I'm not saying she practicing that lifestyle there, but you're already practicing a lifestyle that is just this country rules. What do you expect them people to do? They catch you in the wrong.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, what you expecting?
Exactly. But you know what I want to touch on right now? You know, what are people going this hard, you know, for the individuals that are incarcerated right now for weed, and weed's now legalized in so many states? Are people going hard for them? You see what I'm saying? It's like I have to agree with some people that are like, where is her community at? Where are they?
Right.
Let's be real about it. Where is her community? You have women, you know, stepping up to the plate, you know, voicing how they feel, and I understand that. But it's like, don't just use your voice.
It's a switching momentum now. When this law that was passed last week or week before last about the abortion thing, it's starting to switch the momentum now. You understand? So now if United States or banning abortion, all of this stuff kind of tied together. Believe it or not. When you see this sister on TV, she's a giant of a human being. She's a beautiful young woman. But like I said, you over there in the country. Do you remember the white guy that got caught up over there in, what was it, China or Russia? The white man. And
it was
I don't know
China.
if that was when Bush was in office.
I think it was
he
Korea.
ended up taking a public whooping over there. You remember that?
I think, yeah, my son was telling me about that last night. Yeah.
Yeah, before they let him return back to the USA. Now, they ain't put him in jail, but he took a public lashing over there with a whip. So now, I mean, I'm just saying, you can't do that. Even though cannabis or marijuana, we all know it's pretty much harmless. Ain't nobody broken nobody's house 1, 2 o'clock in the morning talking about no cannabis. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then you got to know the season that you in. See? You know what I'm saying? And right now, it was completely foul of her to get jammed up over there, knowing the crisis that our country is in with Russia.
That's true. That's so true.
You know, if this hadn't been going on and we had somebody in office like Russia really loved this previous president, they kind of respected. Might not be a big deal. But now when you got us at bumping heads, talking about war, sending threats, our president to their president to our president, do you think he's going to show you some kindness? Do you really believe that? I'm just saying, do you think that man wanted a arms dealer, one of the biggest arms dealers in history? He said he'll swap her out for her. United States say no.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta be real about the situation, though. You know, nobody sitting up here saying, I haven't seen nobody sitting up here saying, oh, they want her locked up over there, this, that, and the third. But it's like, why don't we have that same energy, you know, when it comes to men in the United States? You see what I'm saying?
If that was LeBron James, they'd have stopped it. They'd have been over there and got him by now. If that was Tom Brady, any one of those politicians' sons, they'd have been over there and got him by now. But the point of it is, they don't support her like they do others. And since you don't grow up around people that support other people more than you,
why?
That's all it is.
How? But so explain to me how they. But how were they gonna go over there and get LeBron James? What was they gonna do?
If LeBron James would have been over there, LeBron James has a mystique and a pyramid of followers that watch him around the world. That young lady over there, I'm not saying that she's not as good as athlete as LeBron, but her status and her connect, they're not in comparison to his. He's a world mogul, not just an NBA mogul. He's a world mogul. So I don't want to just overtalk myself or make, you know what I'm saying, keep saying the same thing, but I don't, what else can they do to get him? He told them what to do.
I don't know.
He said give him his arms dealer back. There you go. So if they want it back, get the man back and she can come home.
Yeah,
why won't the United States give them the arms dealer back and get her home? That's the next question.
I don't see people saying nothing about that though, to be honest with you. I don't see, as hard as feminists go on black men, I don't see the feminists standing up at this point. I don't see the LGBT community. You know, Pride Month was last month. They should have been going harder doing something during Pride Month for her. Like, I don't see where's the energy?
They don't have the authority and the foothold in Russia like they do in America. Even Russia's own people that was protesting the war, see, he put them in jail. Innocent protesters. They don't have the freedom of speech over there like we do.
Mm-hmm.
To draw attention to a cause, to get enough people rallied up to see what's going on. You do that over there in Russia, you go to jail. You take cannabis oil over the airplane over there, you're going to jail. Whether it's 10% or 40%, you're going to jail.
Yeah. And you know, people were saying, you know, oh, she's been over there many times, you know, doing that. Well, you can't think, because I've been over here many times and I got away with it, that every time that you gonna get away with it. Some people think that. You see what I'm saying? And you can't think that way, because I'm gonna tell you, I went to Tennessee 2 weeks ago, and on my way back, was it on my way back or on my way there? On my way back, no, I'm sorry. On my way there, you know, the dog said, I guess the dog told the man that, you know, oh, well, you know, they have the dog for the smelling the drugs and stuff. So the dog sniffed me, and I guess the dog smelled drugs. I ain't did a drug in my life. Okay. I ain't did a drug. I ain't handled a drug. You feel what I'm saying? I never smoked nothing. So I'm sitting up here like, are y'all for real? But no lie, y'all. When I went back, because they take you over, you got to stand to the side and you got to wait for a supervisor to come up there. It was nothing but black people lined up on that wall. I promise y'all that. None but black people lined up on that wall. It wasn't a Caucasian person in sight up against that wall. And I was over there. I'm saying, well, I'm looking. I'm like, well, it's only black people standing up against this wall right here. I said, well, baby, that dog got to be broke, or somebody train that dog right, because I don't have no drugs on me. I ain't touched a drug or nothing. I don't smell like a drug or nothing. So the dog got to be broke. I said, baby, the person that really got the drugs got on through the security. You feel what I'm saying?
And it's funny you would mention it. I tell our people all the time, even how we got in slavery, somebody was watching them. You understand me?
Okay.
They didn't just come and take us. They went out and did an investigation. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Just like every other thing that go on. He was the target of the investigation. Us.
That's true.
We're the target of it.
Yeah, we are. We definitely are.
So many investigations came about, of course, because of crack cocaine, and we bring none of it over here.
None of it.
You understand me? None of it. But all my people sitting in prison, making jobs for them. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go talk about the police pulling you over, it ain't nothing but racial profiling, and you using a dog to get away with it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You take a person that truly ain't never did drugs, hauled drugs, none of that. You pull this person over and say, hey, the dog smell dope on you. And then it's like, at that moment in time, sis, you ain't got no more right.
Yeah. And then
because
I asked them,
you're going to jail.
Right.
They'll slam you down to the concrete.
Right. And then
all of this.
And then listen, they wiped down my phone, wiped down my tablet, put it in this thing, and she was like, "Oh, it came back negative." I said, "Well, can I get a copy of those type of results? Because I feel racially profiled by that man." I said, "Because if my stuff came back negative, how did the dog smell something on me? I'm confused, baby." I said, the math ain't mathing for me." "Oh, well, no, these results just for us." I said, "I bet, I bet,
What
I
part of
bet."
the city was you in?
Nashville. I was no. I was
Yeah,
coming
you know what it's like up there.
right, but this was in. I'm sorry, this was in Philadelphia. This was in Philadelphia.
Oh,
They always got the dogs out in Philadelphia, but this was in Philadelphia going to Nashville that this happened. But I
okay.
really wanted a copy of the results because if the dog got to be broke because the machine said it was negative.
How many other negative tests did they get besides yours? That's the next step.
All of them. I'm telling you, it wasn't nobody but black people. Nobody but black people back there on that wall. That white man with that dog sat there, and yeah, I said it, sat up there, and it was all black people back there on that wall. And
Well, if you know how it goes,
I know.
you know how it go. You know how it go from Alabama to the Tuskegee area, you know, project up there. You know how it go all over this country and how it's been. It's gotten better. It's gotten better, but it ain't near about right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. You're right.
Yeah, it ain't near about right because when the man decided to pull you over and you talking about a dog, how your dog hit on me, sir? And I don't have anything.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. No, that was that white man. Because what did the dog do different to me than the other people that was beside me? Nothing, nothing. But I'm like, oh, it's okay, But that's what we got to deal with. For real, that's what we got to deal with in this world.
Well, that's reason God give you a voice, and I'm gonna speak something to you now. You can get ready for it. The more people that tune into you and start buying into the truth, you're gonna have more problems. You won't have people, somebody want to shut your mouth.
True.
You're black and a woman too. So when you start to go through these trials, sister, and these tests, just remember God put you on this journey now.
Right.
Don't you let nobody little old test run you off because you're greater than that. And that's what it's designed for.
Thank you.
Stop you from progressing.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
But I'm gonna get off of here. I watch your show. I've sent stars to you before.
Thank
you. You touched on some dynamic topics. And I just, you were easy to listen to. I didn't, ain't nothing bougie about it unless you make it bougie. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Just a real clear, common man's truth. That's all I ask for is the truth. I can go from there. I can build from the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can. If you build from a lie, you want to keep building.
Yeah. Yeah. The foundation is the truth.
God bless you, sis. I'm gonna get off here. I love you very much. I love people
you.
that call in. I love people that listen and support your show. I definitely will keep listening.
Thank you so much. God bless you too.
All right.
Okay, bye. If you were trying to call in, oh, I see somebody just missed somebody's call. It's okay. Call back in. Whoo, y'all is tearing this line up. Let's go. Let's keep on. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. I agree with you. Somebody said, you could wait till you get home. Exactly. That's true. Trump got ASAP Rocky and Trump got ASAP Rocky and Trump home. What happened with? I don't know what happened with ASAP Rocky. I don't know. Miller, you right. The truth needs no assistance. Let me put the call-in number back up here so people can call in and so people can go ahead and call in and say how they feel. This is the platform. This is the time. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, this is Bryson. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. I like to talk about some of that the past 2 weeks.
But I'll talk about the irony of Roe versus Wade. I seen a vague I don't know if I'm saying it right, a vague magazine where it says a man's supposed to step in and help with overturning Roe versus Wade. But I'm like,
Okay.
you said we're toxic masculinity, we're this, we're that, and on Black Twitter, well, they say we're the white man of the community. Now you need our help. Now you need our assistance to overturn Roe versus Wade.
That's what it said.
No, if you look at the article, I don't know, online article since 2022 of this month.
So you hold on. So you called in to talk about Roe versus Wade?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about something different.
What's the topic?
Oh, we're talking about Brittany Griner, the one in Russia.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Brittany Griner in Russia. Oh yeah, I know this. Now I know that they say, oh wow, it ties in with that. And now they're saying, the Black community, well, the pro-Black supposed to go in and help Brittany Griner, but they're the same one saying pro-Blacks are this, pro-Blacks are that, everything on the book. Now you need the pro-Blacks help with Brittany Griner.
Mm. So you're saying it like break that down, because I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was all over.
No, it's okay. So you're trying to say that now, they want Black people to help Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why shouldn't Black people help her? I mean, what can we do? No, I'm asking, what can we do?
No, but here's the thing. If I don't know, if we quote unquote help has something to do with it, the alphabet community will start taking credit for that.
Alphabet.
We'll start taking all the credit for that.
What?
And now,
who's the alphabet community? What? Are you talking about LGBTQ?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, y'all call them the alphabet community?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. Oh, okay. So if the Black community come in and help, which I don't know how we gonna help, and I'm just being real, how we supposed to help? No, I'm serious. Like how are we supposed? What can we do? You know what I mean? As a community to help, you're saying that the alphabet community will take the credit.
Yeah, they're supposed to help. They're supposed to help. I mean, they got all the funding. They took all the funding from the Black community.
Oh wow, they took all the funding. Okay, so they have funding to be able to help.
The three women who's in the community who started BLM.
One more time. What you say?
No, I said the three females who started BLM are part of the XYZ community, alphabet community.
So the women that started Black Lives Matter are also part of the alphabet community.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh, are you trolling?
No, we gotta fact check. No. We gotta fact check that for real.
No, they're lesbian. They're lesbian.
Okay, so they're lesbians.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna say, disclaimer, if that is true, right? That's why nothing is happening to them, because they misused those funds. Because I didn't understand, if they misappropriated funds when it came to Black Lives Matter, why isn't someone arrested? I never understood why somebody wasn't arrested. I didn't understand that. Like, well, it was in the media, but nothing ever happened. So maybe that is true. I mean, they get away with everything. Because if they don't, I guess they'll try to say it was discrimination. Somebody discriminated. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, you know what's the craziest thing I heard about the LeBron and Brittany Griner comparison? They said, he's a male, he has privilege. I'm like, what? Or the woman don't get paid enough. No, it's a matter of supply and demand. It's just not a lot of people pay attention to women basketball. People pay more attention to male basketball. The supply and demand is there in male basketball. It's not in female basketball.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. So what?
But you can't say that. You can't just. It reminds me of that one female who said. It reminds me of that one female who said that a man can't just dress up and be a woman. I forgot her name. I think it's Macy. I forgot her. She said that now she got all backlash. She called it flat. I'm like, a woman can't say she's a woman now.
What you mean?
Crazy.
What you mean?
No, I say it reminds me of the situation. I forgot her name. Her name though. Her name starts with Macy. She did an interview.
Oh, Macy Gray. Yes, yeah. When Macy Gray stated that, yes, because a person gets surgery and gets woman parts does not mean that they're a woman. That's not verbatim what she said, but it's close to what she was saying, and I agree with that. Just because you get surgery to be a woman don't mean that you a woman. You transgender, however your community labeled you. That's what you are. You are not a woman. You cannot birth children into this world. You can't do none of that. That's not how God created you.
Let me tell you the craziest thing. I said the same thing in a female sound. I got blocked.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the truth. But you have to understand, people don't like the truth. They don't like the truth. They don't want to accept the truth. They rather live in a fantasy world, sitting up here thinking that people that just go get a sex change, that they're automatically a woman or they're automatically a man. No, that does not mean that. That means that you went and you got a sex change. That was your decision. That's what you want to do. We're not about to I'm not recognizing you as no woman, because you're not a woman. You're not a man. That's not what you are. That's not what you was born. I'm sorry.
Nothing. I don't want to sound like a psychologist. I got no degree in that type of stuff. But from what I heard, people who indulge in that lifestyle, many of them have multiple personality disorders. That's why they do a lot of drugs and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's another conversation for another day. I'm letting another caller come in and say what they need to say.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, what? Roe versus Wade. What's going on? What we talking about? But yeah. Yep. Okay, caller. Yep. So the line is free for anybody that wants to go ahead and wants to call in. But yeah, I want to know. Hello, caller. This caller might have an answer for us. Caller.
Oh, I got through. Hello, Shankia.
Hey.
I plan to stay in the background, but as far as Brittany Griner goes, I'm gonna be biased in terms of, regardless of her sexual preference or anything, she's a Black woman first. So with everybody wanting to be so boisterous about her choice to take marijuana oil, CBD oil, whatever the case may be, let's push that to the back for a minute, because we already have so many other people, entities, nationalities trying to separate us. So I think we should just focus on the fact that she's a Black woman and that she needs help, and that she's pretty much in a situation that a lot of us men have to deal with, in the United States, as far as being wrongfully accused. One of the brothers posted something about something that I was outraged about the dude out there in Alabama or wherever it was that got life over that ounce or half ounce or whatever the case may be. So, for argument's sake, we should just leave it at, hey, we don't know what she took over there. We don't know what she took it over there for. It's come to light that CBD is used for a lot of medicinal purposes. She is an athlete who knows whatever type of mental health or whatever could be going on with her. But basically, at this point, this should serve as an example how us as Black people, we need to come together on a political level. If it's all about how do we help her, what can we do?
Right.
Because to bring up that if it was LeBron James, they would have been over there and got her. It's not so much gender but LeBron James makes more money for people than LeBron James knows. So if Brittany Griner made the same money and that came with the same amount of muscle, for lack of a better way of putting it, you know, no question she would be home. So in this particular case, for Brittany Griner, for all of those that are wrongfully sentenced for marijuana crimes and nonviolent crimes and things of that nature, we need to organize politically as Black people and to stick up for ourselves, not in a biased, racist way, but we have so many other people trying to be biased towards us, so we might as well be biased for ourselves and just say, look, that's my people, this is what it is, we'll deal with all that other stuff later. Everybody will talk about accountability and all these other things, but you don't know what you don't know. So everybody should just remain objective and humane in terms of just, she's a person, she has a family, you know, and just leave it at that. But I ain't want to talk too much. I just really wanted to hit that point and touch on the fact that I feel the energy that you putting out here. So I wanted to put on a call, tap into whatever algorithm is going to keep you going and give you that support that you need to take this where you need to go, because we need your type of energy out here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your input, and I think I care. And I thank you for your words. I'm sorry.
No doubt. I'm all right. I'm going to sit in the back now.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I agree with I agree with what that caller says to a certain extent, you know, about we should look at like she's a Black woman first and things like that. But I also want to kind of touch on something though, because I do, and I'm gonna just be real. I feel like if it was, you know, if it was a Black man over there, I don't think Black women would have a lot of energy when it comes to that. Black women, like he's saying, and I respect, you know, his view of like, listen, you know, she's a Black woman first, you know, things like that. You know, I don't think people are saying, oh, because she's gay. Like, no, I don't think that's it. But I understand what he's saying. She's a Black woman first. But to be honest with you, if there was a Black man over there, a Black woman wouldn't care. They would not. They would not sit up here and say, "Oh, it was just a little bit of cannabis." Oh, they wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, they would not have that. I'm not going to say all Black women, but a lot of Black women would not have that type of energy if it was a Black man over there. And I'm not saying don't have that type of energy for her. I'm not saying that. I'm bringing a conversation to the table because we have seen valuable, you know, Black men in our community, and just, I don't want to say invaluable, but just, you know, regular Black men in our community where Black women have laughed that because Black women have laughed at their death. You see what I'm saying? A Black man commit a crime and it's like, oh, that's on him. That's what he gets. So I just want to kind of say I understand what he's saying. It's look at her as a Black woman first. I get it. I just want to bring to the table the other side of the conversation that if it was a Black man, Black women wouldn't care. So yeah. Hello, caller. How are you? Hello.
Good, you?
I'm great.
In my eyes, I feel that if LeBron James got locked up, it would depend on what it was. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure in Russia, if she actually did bring in the THC cards, I mean, hey, I smoke weed too, so I feel that it's a shitty moment. But, like, I'm pretty sure it's real bad over there. So, But, I mean, if LeBron got locked up doing it, would the world stop? I don't stop, but I feel like it'd come to it wouldn't, I don't know. It would be a strong halt, but it wouldn't be that major for the whole world. It'd only be for like the people in the NBA world, in my eye.
I think, to be honest with you, I mean, if that was LeBron, it wouldn't sit right with some people. Let's be real. It wouldn't sit right with some people. I'm not saying the outcome. I don't know what the difference would be. I don't know. It would not sit right with some people. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't. What? No, for real. It wouldn't. Um, no, no. People love him, like they know him, love him. They do. I've seen it. You know.
In all honesty, no one should be in jail for weed. Just a plant.
Yes, I believe that.
Yeah.
Nobody. I feel like once they started legalizing it in states, I feel like they should have went ahead and the people that were locked up for marijuana, I feel like they should have went ahead and went free. Because you lock someone up for something that is legalized. And all states are trying to get to that point where they're legalizing it, but you have locked people up for it. I think they need to retro back. I think they need to retro back. I really feel like
I'm
that.
from New York, so we're the most recent state to legalize it. So
Yeah, I think that that's how, the United States, if I was president of the United States and if I ever run for president, y'all vote for me. We're letting everybody out that's locked up for weed. Okay. Did y'all hear what I said? We letting everybody out. Ain't nobody going to prison for no plant. It's gonna be legalized. We're gonna work to get it legalized everywhere. Cause let's be real. Now I never smoked, y'all, okay? But it seems like weed calms people on down, okay? When people going through stuff, they smoke some weed. That's just what told to me. They smoke some weed. And it calms them on down. Get some Imagine if people did not have weed, y'all. Imagine what the world would be like if they had some weed smoke. We would be in shambles, baby. It'd be too much going on if people did not have weed. Okay, so I'm all for people. I don't know how to smoke. I never smoked a cigarette. I don't know how to inhale. I'm all for people having their weed if that will calm them down. And brings them back full circle. It's medication for them. So caller,
take a dab for Brittany.
what's the caller?
Take a dab for Brittany Griner.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in. Can you hear me?
Hold on, don't hang up yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being real. In Cali, they gave me a legal cannabis license because they locked so many black people up. Yeah, they're doing that though. I mean, you can legally, you know, by what I found out in California, you can get a license to sell weed. You just need a. Now, who said that? The EBH. Hold on. Okay, okay. So tell me if I'm wrong, anybody in Cali. You can get a license to grow weed in Cali. You just have to have your weed in a greenhouse. That's what I was educated about. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I was told. So you can legally.
In New York, you can grow it at your house, but you're only allowed a certain amount of plants.
Okay, so you can only have. Okay, okay. So in New York, you can have 6 marijuana plants in your house. Hello? So in New York, you can have 6 marijuana plants in your house.
Yeah, just as long as 3 are matured and 3 are A-okay.
Okay, so do you need a license to do that in your house?
No, you don't need a license because it just got legalized.
Okay, so in New York, you don't need a license.
You have to be updated.
Okay, so you have to be a certain age to grow it.
Yeah.
Okay, do you grow it?
Yeah.
I know that's real. He said, yeah. Yeah, okay, but that's what I'm saying. They need to go ahead and free everybody that's locked up for a marijuana charge. The people that got life for selling it, all type of stuff. They need to go ahead and let them people go. Let them people go home. That's what they need to do. Retro that back, okay?
Hell yeah.
Ooh, and he said in Cali you can have 99 planes. You heard what he said? He said 99 planes. 99 planes. Absolutely. But thank you, caller, for calling in.
Well, you too.
Okay, have a good
Everyone on the stream, after bringing on coach.
Okay. Oh, hold on, main boss said I know people that weed has affect negatively. They need. I know people that weed has affect negatively. They need it to function. You mean to write that? You know people that we affected them negatively? Everybody I know, like people will say to me, right? People will be like family and friends. They be like, I don't know how you get through the they be getting high. They be like, how you get through the day without getting high? They be so interested in how I get through the day without getting high. I said, I'm naturally high. I'm high off success, baby. Listen, I'm high off a lot of things, off life, being a better person. I'm naturally high. But I do understand those people. I don't think a lot of people know what shape the world would be in if some people, weren't able, to I'm not even gonna say get high. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say I don't think they know the shape that the world would be in if people could not smoke weed. When people go through things and they're really, really angry or they're agitated, you see what I'm saying? They smoke and that helps them come down. And I know this not from experience. I know this because I listen to people, and I know it's because I watch people. I like to watch and I like to understand people. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like they going through something, they mad, they angry, they're ready to snap out, they'll roll one up and that'll bring them down. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand that. I understand that. I'm glad that people were able to do that. We would be in bad shape if people could not, smoke weed to control, how they feel. So everybody out there that, you smoke weed, you going through something, or you just laying back and you just smoke. I understand you. Not I understand because I smoke too. I understand, that's your medication. I understand that's your medication. I really, really do. I know a guy who goes nuts if he ain't smoking weed at least every 60 minutes. Some people are like that. Some people like smoke like all day long. But you know what? They ain't bothering nobody. Hello, hey caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah.
Hello, caller. Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. I just wanted to comment on the Brittany Griner, um, the Brittany Griner situation, whether or not if it would have been LeBron, whether or not it made a difference,
Okay.
and also about what she was saying about just the marijuana period. I think they should retro do it too.
Yeah. Oh, retro
But
what?
with the Brittany Griner situation, where I stand on it,
Uh-huh.
I just feel like, yeah, that's one of us. That's one of us. Whenever you get through with it, to support on that aspect is not a problem. But the problem that I have with it is it should be a wake up call to our community as Black people. This is not a man or woman thing. This is a us thing, because over here you portray to be a man, and then you take the women away from the men, encouraging the women to flip that way. But then you go to a country where they don't accept that. They put people in jail for that lifestyle over there. And then when you get over there, all of a sudden you're a woman and you want the Black man to come to your aid, which in your stance of choosing the lifestyle you chose, you indirectly said, I don't need a man. I want to be a man. And in the process of trying to be a man, you put the Black man down. And I just don't think that's where I'm torn between it. And then when you travel with that much contraband that that you wouldn't get away with over here in all the states, some states it's illegal, and that's where it gets tricky. But you go into another country. That's common sense.
Sir, you said a lot in 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know what to say. You said it. You said it all. That
And that's just my thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, I feel sorry for you." No, just like Savile Reed said, if it was a brother that got caught, we'd all be saying stupid N word. You know what I'm saying? And that's real because we know better. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be a man, but you can't function like a man because genetically that's not what you are.
That's true.
And then when you go to another country, all of a sudden you a woman. You calling on the black community, which you are helping disintegrate and tear down by being a homosexual. I mean, whatever your lifestyle is, that's your business. But if you promote homosexuality to the degree as a single parent, they're promoting it to our kids in grade school. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing that to the black community, then you're doing what? You're indirectly stopping reproduction of black people because you're promoting the gay agenda. And that's where I have a problem with it. If that's your lifestyle, that's fine. Leave our kids alone. That's our future.
I agree with that.
Leave our kids alone. You know, if you want to talk about that lifestyle and promote it amongst adults, leave the kids alone.
Yeah.
And that's all that I've been saying, because people are overlooking the fact that they putting it in the cartoons. Me and my son, we argue over my comic books from when I grew up on about how they're doing stuff with the superheroes now. And I'm like, whoa, the Riddler's gay, the Penguin's gay? Nobody's saying nothing about that. You know, but look at R. Kelly. He just went to jail for what? Procuring young children.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're teaching this to our children at school, putting it in the cartoons, what are they doing? They're procuring our children right before our eyes, and we sitting back like we do with everything else, and don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why a 7-year-old is saying that they want to be a boy, and 7-year-old boys want to be a girl, and nobody's saying nothing. And we all sitting back. Now we saying we need each other as black men and women, and the first thing that we got to do is protecting each other to trickle down to protect our children.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I agree with that. I said, a few times, just be careful. That's just like we all ate Rice Krispie treats growing up, as kids, and they sitting up, they talking about Pop. That's on the front of the Rice Krispie box as transgender. He wasn't transgender when I was little. So why now in 2022 he's transgender? It's like, why are we? I mean, this is my thing. You could live how you want. You could be what you want. But why is everybody trying so hard to appease the alphabet community? I just learned that. Why are we catering like that?
Job, to me, they're the most discriminatory group, because I've been on jobs, and I might be there and I'm the only one in church in that setting. And because I don't engage in that conversation or partake in it, all of a sudden I'm homophobic. No, I just was raised different. I don't believe in that. But if that's your thing, go ahead and do it. Then all of a sudden I'm singled out, and I'm sure that anybody can attest to that, whether it's a straight man or a straight woman, and they don't even see. But that's another thing that you got to look at with Brittany Griner's situation. Mm-hmm. Where's the alphabet people at now? You're getting ready to go over to Russia trying to promote that, because you already know if you don't come back, you ain't gonna never see the day of light again, let alone breathe air. Mm-hmm. They don't play that over there.
Yep, and that's
so a lot of people, like people have been saying, it's a lot deeper than what people think. It has to do with this gay agenda. Putin is not allowing that mess over there. That whole continent over there, if you go through it in certain countries, they kill people for that. They execute people for that. They imprison you for life. In Africa and Nigeria, you talk about it and have a conversation about it, you're getting 20 years. So you going over there being bold, like over here, because a gay woman can attack a man, and then a man defends himself. When you go to court, that gay woman is dressed in her Sunday's best dress, glasses on, looking like Brittany Griner coming to the Russian courts. I mean, come on, man. Make your mind up. This should be a wake-up call to everybody, because when you're trying to play one of us and be a man, when you get in trouble and need that man to rescue you, but you was just thugging out, you didn't need him.
Right.
So now that you do, now people's trying to guilt trip black men for not saying anything because we like really scratching our head. Do we call her sister? Do we call her our brother? What do we call her? You know, because over here, if you say anything about a woman who was born a female not being a man, oh, you just committed the biggest sin in society.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's true. That's true. They just laughed at Kevin Samuels dying. Let's be real. Black women just laughed about him dying. And all the other black men, that died, they laughed. They found it amusing. But how do you find that amusing and then come to the table and say, well, me as a black woman, I feel the least protected? You just laugh. What?
That's the trick question, and it's like, okay, it's like a reality. We always talk about living in the matrix. You know, if you remember the show The Twilight Zone, it's like, is this really happening? Now you're a woman again. Okay, now what's going on? You know, I know I've worked with Russians before as a camp counselor,
Okay.
so I know how they think. Stuff like that, they will ridicule it to a point where, you know, when you saw her going to court, she looked like she was under some type of mind control. You know, and when you look at that, you know, it's like, boy, I bet you they're gonna make her be straight. Whatever they doing to her, whether it's shock therapy or what, they gonna get that out of her. You know, and people, they not looking at how Russians operate. They are the capital of human experiments.
It sounds like to me, like I said, I don't care how nobody, live their life, and like you said, just don't, leave our kids alone. I totally agree with that. You know, people have choices. People choose to, live that life. But it's like, don't sit up here and try to, persuade other people to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Yes.
That's not what it is. And I'm not homophobic. Macy Gray's not homophobic. You ain't homophobic because we don't participate. But they will do
Gray
that.
was real. She was real.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's what a lot of us are.
And see, and the thing that people, you see, you're getting a lot of comments about the LeBron James thing. You 100% right, because LeBron James makes the NBA billions of dollars a year. The problem with Brittany Griner is she's a black woman, but what was she in the WNBA? Not only was she a 7-time NBA champion, she was what? She was outspoken like Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
She even said, I won't play for Indiana because I don't want to get discriminated against. My mouth dropped to the floor. Guess why? I live in Indiana. That woman told the straight truth. I live in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she told the truth. When Steve Jackson and them played for the Pacers, they couldn't control them like they could Reggie Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So they got rid of them because they weren't playing the old master lick boot politics. Mm-hmm. You know, and the same thing with Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner is outspoken, not just for the LGBTQ community, but for herself. And because she did not bend to their rules, it's deeper. Brittany done made somebody mad.
Yeah. That's why Charlotte is just going to stay in the United States. Because I make people mad all the time. So I'm going to just stay on over here. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I don't want to take up your time. I know you got other callers waiting, but thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing with us, okay?
No problem.
Okay, good night. He has some juice to drop. Yes, we gotta have these like real conversations with the. But I feel what he's saying. And then, hello, caller.
Oh my God, am I on the phone with Salatina?
Yes.
This is you. Hey, I'm sorry. My name is Val Reed, and I'm putting myself out there. I've been following you and watching you for about a month now.
Okay.
And I mean, even your clips.
Welcome.
You really don't know how big of a following you have. And I'm talking about amongst what I would call myself a real black man.
Okay.
And I mean, just the love that you speak of, even for Brittany. Right now, I'm I'm down with supporting the sister. I'll send 5, I'll send 10, I'll send what will be needed, but I cannot go out and fight and just protest and be like, you know, we need to have but we need to do this like it's a march or something, because the sister had contraband. She know what she, you know, smoke, get high, whatever she needs to get by, because some people just don't do the, you know, recreation drug medication that's out there. Some people have a deeper rooted spirit, like myself, who is half Jamaican, lived over in Jamaica, and there's no way that you can take herb away from me. You can't tell me cannabis or marijuana is bad for you.
Okay.
It has literally saved my life, even when I was young. When I was mad, a hot head, and I thought I was going to go do something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go hurt somebody. I smoked the joint and calm down and say, you know what? It really ain't worth it.
Right.
And that's it's not just the marijuana, but it's the culture of the marijuana. If more young Black men could get out of what I would say Atlanta, Georgia, out of the trap, out of the zones, and you walk the hills and the countryside of Jamaica, or you go to the Bahamas, and you have fishing, farming, and a different type of life to live, the polarity, your energy will change. It's just like the music that we're listening to today with the 808, the beat. They are literally driving us to be mad, pumped, you know. And in Atlanta, the Atlanta that I grew up in, Black men used to tell the young Black man, you never was a nigga and you don't even know it. We say nigga. Excuse my, I hope it ain't inappropriate for me to say this on your show, but we say nigga so much that it's like a term of endearment. But the root of where it came out was out of ignorance, just calling somebody who looked Black first Black. You from Niger, you know, you from Africa somewhere. So the way from slavery, we made it so negative, or they made it negative for us, that we end up turning it into a term of endearment during the what? 70s, 80s to the 90s.
Right.
So now when you got people like me who have graduated, and I'm talking about in life journey, graduated to when you don't want to say nigga. You want to say my brother, my sister, my queen. You want to call people this.
Right.
But in America, they are keeping us acting, thinking, breathing what it is to be a nigga. Willie Lynch said that this would last for 200 to 300 years. Why people do not know the reason why you hate each other or even hate yourself is because you were taught to be a nigga. And it's devastating for Black people who really do want to change, or who's really fighting, or who is even research, look for themselves in the Bible and can be able to tell you it means something to be Black.
Right.
Black is beautiful. That's what I was taught. And I'm blessed because I had a father. I had a great father in my life who taught me, who I would say introduced me to my minister and introduced me to my God, because now I know, oh, God is real based on the polarity that comes out of me, based on how I treat others and what I do.
Right.
So it's the same with anybody. You can't do so much wrong, or you can't diss God himself, and then at the end of the day, you get in trouble, and now you want God to have your back. The same submission to God or to the principles or to what you believe in is the same thing that you won't get back on this earth. You know, loyalty is underrated right now. People look at loyalty and they don't know. Are you real? Are you being 100? You being a real nigga? And I tell so many people today, no. I'll never be a real nigga. I'm gonna be a real Black man. I'm gonna be a real citizen of this earth, or to my nation, to who I am.
Right.
So it just comes a time when people got to wake up, and that's just my 2 cents. I might have said a mouthful.
It's okay.
But
thank you.
I really just really wanted to congratulate you and let you know there are brothers at my job. There's so many people that I'm in contact with soon, and word on the street is Shalakimia know what's up. I mean, that's a sister who is out here not only fighting for brothers, but humanity. I mean, sister, you is really showing yourself to be a queen, and that's just based on what you got inside of you. What comes out of you is nothing but pure light and love.
Thank you.
And I'm here to just tell you that I'm a fan. I'm watching, and I almost just flipped out when you answered the phone.
Oh, thank you so much. You tell them guys at your job I said thank you so much for their support.
And the only reason I don't want to sound like I just got drunk, but just personally, I'm gonna be 42 this year.
Okay.
I have 3 kids.
My
daughter's gonna be 22 next week. This Friday she's gonna be 22. I have a son who's gonna be 13, and I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Now, the 2-year-old, I'm on child support, and I can't even see the child.
That happens a lot.
But when you hear of certain situations and circumstances, you can't believe it. You have plenty of black men who will say, okay, I'm a simp. I'll be the simp. We could break up. Good. We could break up. Let me see my child. Let me take care of my child. And because that is the angle, because you're strong enough to say bye and walk away, that's when the woman will withhold the child. And now you got to go through the law. You got to go through the court to fight.
Right.
There are so many different, and I'm using myself personally, but there are so many different cases that I come into on a daily basis that are horror stories.
Yeah.
That people live every day, and then they want to lock R. Kelly.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe that. There's women that, do the same thing that, R. Kelly did or worse, and they're not, it's not an urgency. Look at the woman that got Emmett Till killed.
And you're not even talking about the different color.
Right.
When it comes down to the other color spectrum, you know how many people, not just different Epstein or whatever, you got so many people who have sex slavery. I mean, who own spies. They locked Michael Vick up for his cousin fighting dogs that he knew about it. You know how many people should be locked up because they know what's going on in the property that they own, the establishment that they own, they run, they got other people running it, and those are some of the biggest whorehouses, drug dens, and our society knows about this. That's what makes it so hypocritical.
But you have to also understand that they aren't the target. They aren't the target. Like I was saying about Emmett Till. They had a
Mike. You know why Mike Vick was the target? Because if you look behind the judges or the lawyers or even the police and their children, look behind their children's door, who they got a poster up on their wall? Michael Vick. Who they got? They black athletes. Right. It was during when I was growing up. I can remember you had when the NWA. Oh Lord, when NWA had that in the explicit lyrics came on the CD, you had more white people buying NWA and rap CDs. Still to this day. To this day. White people would love to just be real enough to say nigga, nigga, nigga. I know a young white man right now who I used to work with, a friend of mine to this day. And if he was to get on the phone, you swear you're talking to a black guy.
Yeah, I know people.
Because he know my affiliation, this young white guy has come up to me at work and said, hey man, salam alaikum. And I look at him, I go, oh, whoa, this is America, man. I know you mean this type of thing. You can't get a greeting like that. You can't just come out and say peace and things. They don't understand that. They're going to think you're a terrorist. Calm down. But he was married and still married to a young black woman and the type of racism that we faced on the job, it was it was too easy to see. But he's a younger man. He's ready to go off and fight and really act like what I would say is a nigga more than I would act. Because I'm not about to let no white people or nobody make me lose my job and can't pay my bills because you choose to say nigga. You won't say it in my neighborhood,
Right.
but it won't get me fired. I won't have no type of disagreement. It's going to be more intellectual.
Right.
Meaning, I would let them know that it's their word more than it is mine. It fits an ignorant person more than it fits someone who is intelligent or who knows themselves.
Right. Absolutely. I understand that. I want to thank you though for calling in. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap
Hey,
up the
sister,
show.
keep doing what you're doing. Have a good night and get more calls in, and let's keep it going.
You
I'm
too.
listening.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Bye. When he brought up that point, I wanted to just, bring up, that when I was saying about Emmett Till, I know a lot of people, heard about the warrant that they had for her that was never ever served. If that was a black person, let's just be real. If that was a black person, they ain't forgetting to serve no warrant, baby. Not no warrant like that. She's not the target. They don't care about that, she got a young black boy killed. They don't care about that. That's why we got to care about our community. Seriously. That's why we have to care about our community because nobody else is going to care about us. We are the target. We really, really are. Look at all of our, men and women that are incarcerated, incarcerated for things they didn't do. They got too much time for the crime they committed. The crime they committed, they illegal sentences. A lot of our people don't have access to good representation. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what our people are facing. You know, and we just got to be real about it. The very people that hate us are the very people that are sentencing our people, that are representing our people. Imagine committing a crime and you have an attorney, and this attorney, they have to do their job, but deep down inside, their job is being a little bit tainted because they don't even like black people. So they don't care. They're not going to put their all into representing you correctly because they don't even like you. I'm just saying. Hello, caller.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. This is the number one grinder. How you doing?
Okay, hey, I'm good.
Yeah, long time. Well, I would say this though. I type it in the chat. Now they call her American hero,
Who?
and that was like wow.
Who's an American hero?
So, Brittany Griner,
Oh, okay. Why? What happened?
yeah, mainstream media. They played the WNBA All Star game yesterday,
Oh, okay.
and I heard it and stuff. I was like, really? But at the same time, you want the black man to want our back.
Yeah.
So what's going to be?
And
Are
that
you going to roll with us with the rest of the family or not? And then the one thing I'm just going to get on because I know you got some because I want to hear the rest of the show. And also, we cannot forget about Margaret Cena.
right.
And I think that I told people if people don't know, look it up. She the one started Parenthood.
Post started Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. So,
okay.
and that's all white supremacist mindset and everything else. And you keep on doing the great work. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for calling in.
Anytime.
Okay. That was news, to me. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap up. But that is like news to me that, they were honoring her, but whatever they were doing. I'm not saying they aren't supposed to, but at the end of the day, it's like her and like many other people that go overseas, they put the United States in a position. It's like you do something and then you want someone to come and you want someone to save you. And I'm not saying that she should, do time over there, whatever the situation is. Like her fate isn't really my business. I hope that, she gets home to her loved ones, and things like that. But it's like this energy that people have saying, well, that was minute. People make mistakes. Tell why can't we have that energy when it comes to our family members, our friends, the people we know, and just people in general that are serving time in the prison system right now. They made mistakes too. We don't have that kind of energy though. Oh, that was minute. That was a little mistake. We don't have that type of energy towards them. Why do we have that type of energy in these type of situations? If we're gonna have an energy towards, okay, this was a mistake, she made a mistake, this was only a small amount, it's not that serious. Why don't we have that energy for our own people over here in those situations? I know people doing life for drugs. I know people doing life for marijuana. People doing life for stealing gasoline. It's a lot of different things. But we're not set up here fighting over here. We're not fighting over here for those type of things. But we're so forgiving. We're so forgiving when it comes to a certain kind of people. We're so forgiving. Yes, it was just a vape with cannabis oil. But it's about accountability. That's what what's really about. It's about accountability. It's not about deflecting. It's not about comparing. It's not about complaining at this point. It's not about none of those things. It's about you did something wrong. You did something wrong. When at a time like this where we are in the world, you should have been thinking smarter than that. If you're the type of person that you need weed every single day and things like that, don't go to another country. Don't do that. Be responsible. Be responsible for yourself. Um, that's what I think, I think about, you know. I'll be wanting people to, say, oh, this kid committed this crime, and instead of like him going to prison, let's rehabilitate him. There's so many people, there's so many of our black men and women that going to prison at a young age, at a more high rate men, at a young age, where their brain wasn't even developed. They didn't really know right from wrong. They wasn't brought up and taught the right way to live and be and things like that. They have spent a lot of time incarcerated, haven't been given a second chance yet. What about those people? Are we just worried about, the Brittany Griners? Are we just worried about those type of people? Are we just worried about the people that get, detained in other countries? But we're not worried about our country and how we can change over here and do better over here. Like I said, I hope that everything, works out for her. I really, really do. I hope that she's able to return, over here. I wouldn't dare want to see anything, happen to her that's not supposed to happen to her. 10 years seems harsh for cannabis oil, doesn't it? There's a lot of our family, friends, and people over here doing harsh time for a minute crime, for a small crime. Why don't we got that same energy? I want to thank everybody that called in, thank everybody that commented, on tonight's show. I think this was a great conversation, to have. It It was a show about accountability, a show about, not comparing, just I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm trying to keep me. I was wrong. Don't compare. I'm not about to compare this. I'm about to take responsibility and accountability for my wrong. I'm about to learn from this. That's what I'm about to do. That's what this show was about. Learning from, your mistakes, being aware when we go to other countries, being aware that what we're so accustomed to in the United States isn't going to be custom and ordinary in another country. So we have to be careful. We have to teach our kids that want to travel to other countries and things like that. We have to teach them because we don't want our loved ones, we don't want anybody to be in this type of situation. That's not, what we want. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me for tonight's show. But until the next show, I love y'all. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all soon.